Hi, it's just some guy on the internet, and it's Earth Day, and it's my birthday, and I'm all jazzed up here getting ready to go to a fundraiser event. But before I go, I want to give you a quick Earth Day message. You see, about a major Earth Day leverage point for something positive we can all do, and that takes us back to the original Earth Day, which was in part inspired by Rachel Carson's Silent Spring, showing the positive impact that just one person can have when we find a great leverage point for action. And that leverage point was pesticides. And because of Silent Spring, we had a lot of positive victories. We still launched Earth Day, which ended up promoting recycling, and we banned DDT and some other negative pesticides, and it's been a huge success. But we also have to recognize that since that time, the pesticide companies wised up and started investing heavily in our governments and in lawsuits as well, so that they're defending their interests with money by buying our politicians. And because of that, it's no surprise that since that time, since the first Earth Day, global pesticide use has more than doubled. And while we got rid of things like DDT, modern new pesticides are coming on the market that are not being regulated as they should, and they're just as damaging, or in some cases really shocking. Things like neonicotinoids, which have really grown in popularity in the United States. These are really harmful to bees and pollinators. And persistent herbicides, which stay in the soil over long periods of time. They don't break out down when animals eat them. They're poisoning our compost and destroying organic farms and our gardens. Now, these are things that we really need to get back under control. So the positive news here is that we can all do something about this, because one of the major leverage points for all of this change is residential pesticide use. You see, residential pesticides account for homeowners like us use more than 10 times more pesticides than farmers do. And it's has the least positive impact. Like, we all have to recognize that it's going to be difficult for farmers to reduce pesticide use or go cold turkey. So that them being able to use some has some positive benefit, us being able to eat. But us using it for frivolous things like dandelions around the home or whatever our own home weed problems are, this has very little positive impact. And yet homeowners use them with the least discretion. We have the most spills of them. 80% of people's exposure to pesticides comes at the home. And in a lot of cases, if you think of a big cornfield, it's already a monoculture. It's not going to be a high biodiversity hotspot, but our yards and gardens can be. So we're inviting insects and biodiversity and wildlife there, and then poisoning them with these pesticides. So, and the biggest reason why it's a leverage point is because part of the strategy that these corporations were using when they wanted to normalize pesticide use was us. See, if we're using it around the garden, it normalizes it. If we're being told and repeating on the internet that this stuff is totally safe, you can drink it, have a glass tonight for dinner, then it makes us feel like it's not a big deal and that it's okay for us to be using pesticides. So us taking a stand at home and saying, no, I'm not going to do it, and by God, certainly don't be promoting it on the internet, that is going to have a big impact on not normalizing it and not causing a further expansion of pesticide use. So I know nobody is saying that using a tiny bit of it at home is going to cause everybody to get cancer or something like that. It's not a big shock thing that we're trying to do, but the idea is a leverage point. What's the right medicine for this moment? Here we're having a huge growth and explosion in pesticide use. Is the message that we want to be sending, the pesticides are fine, you can drink them, there's no problem at all? Or is the message that we need to take responsibility for them ourselves? And if we want to reduce global pesticide use, that falls on you and me to reduce our own use. So this year, I plead with you, please, let's get back to Rachel Carson's original message and pledge to reduce our own pesticide use at home. If you want to find out how to do this, I have a few great books on the topic. But you can also get involved in the Permaculture in Action Transformative Adventures group on Facebook. There's another group that we operate called Gardening with Less Plastics, Petroleum, and Poisons. You can learn about how to do it there, learn about it. Go organic with your diet if you can. I know a lot of people are cynical about organics too, but organics are the only kind of certification that actually quantifies and measures doing something positive, which is reducing and eliminating their pesticide use. That alone, even if we do nothing else beneficial for wildlife, increases biodiversity by at least 20% on the garden, in some cases up to 50% in food systems. So organics do make a big difference. They stop this whole idea that we need to normalize pesticide use, and they take action and responsibility for ourselves and our own diet. So again, this Earth Day, please think about this message and pledge to reduce your own pesticide use and your pesticides that you're supporting in your diet whenever you can. All right. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Have a happy Earth Day and have a great weekend. Bye.